She learned to cook very young, and she was an excellent cook. I love the bureks and zelnik, and I love the fact that we had fresh bread and rolls all the time. I can remember Alex and Greg coming in with their friends on Saturday night after they'd been out, and Mother had just baked like 3 big pans of rolls and bread, and one pan would be gone just like that. And I remember that. And she had icing and butter, you know, all of these things.
Burek, chicken and rice, baked rolls, but they were so good that when I would have a friend that had been over, and I would say, I think there might be some rolls in the house. Oh, let's get in there. And they had that effect.
The way she handled dough, these great big discs of thin sheets of dough, and she'd throw them up like you see the pizza guys sometimes throw up dough. But this was probably a 32nd of an inch thick. I liked sarmi, I liked burek, zelnik. I really loved it. I thought it was great.
Mother was way overworked and huge quantities. Christmas, there was a begging form in which your left leg goes up behind you as you're kneeling on the other one, and you ask for forgiveness for all your sins.
We would get together for every holiday, for sure. Plus, Sunday afternoons would be at our house or at Nick and Athena's house. It was really nice to have a big family around. I mean, it was always very noisy when you got the Bezats together, and everybody argued and fought, but they all stuck together, and they stuck for each other, even though they didn't always approve. She was just very, very family-oriented, and she thought about, it was sad to her that she didn't get to see her father or mother again because they both died before she went back to Macedonia. That was very sad to her. She had no family here that were blood relationships. all the family were my father's family. And I know she missed that kind of thing because she had a very close family at home. When she came to stay in Dayton, Greg was still in high school, and he would go over every morning to have breakfast with her, which I thought was really good for her because it got her up each day. And it wasn't that breakfast was so important, it was just that he went over and she'd always have something for him. Things that mattered most to my mother were her family, the children, the grandchildren. I think material things didn't matter a bit, not one bit. When she was a young girl, when the Turks were there, she actually did running for the underground. You didn't know that? No, she did. And if she'd gotten caught, she would have been in deep trouble.
Do you want to start it with saying something?
I'll ask you some, yeah, I'll just start it.
And then I'll respond.
My voice will never be on.
Oh, really?
No, it'll all be your voice.
Oh, that's too bad.
Is that thing going?
Yeah, it's going.
Gosh, I just remember walking around behind her and following her all the time, and always trying to keep up with what she was doing, and I'd be in the kitchen and stirring, but she never let me really do a whole lot in the kitchen. I was just up there being the observer, and she would let me watch, and she would give me little pieces of burek dough that I could play with, but she never baked it because it always got dirty.
And they took the address of 6,000 Nicollet Avenue because it was easy for them, even though the neighbors happened to be at 6,000 Nicollet Avenue. And they were the Berkeys.
Helpful, understanding, honesty, integrity, and I got all kinds of things like that that I learned as I grew older.
I thought everybody in the world lived in Minneapolis when I was a child.